This was on my mind as well. I'm doing like two videos at once, and I wanted to separate these two videos because I was about to get on a rant page. I've been calling them, like I've been on a rant page lately. Even on my podcast, you know what? Let me just say podcast. Like I feel like that was just an hour of ranting, which is cool with me. Obviously this is why I bring stuff to this page. Whatever I feel like talking about, I will talk about. This one is I don't want to consider it a rant, but I want to consider this maybe if I want to feel like if I word this correctly, women may understand. Now I say may understand because I feel like men and women speak different languages. We may be both human, but I swear to God, we speak different languages to a point where I feel like there are times when men and women we like have the same. How can I say this? When we argue, we're arguing the same point. Like like I'm agreeing with you, and then why are we arguing the same shit? We were agreeing with you, but you see it this way, and people see it that one. This one, excuse me. This one mostly pertain to video games. Uh, Especially like women that don't really understand why men are so indulge into video games or like how we can go hours into playing video games and we feel accomplished. For one thing, and because a lot of women feel like I know there's a lot of women feel like you're wasting your life, and a lot of adults, like anybody past, let's say the Generation X era, like people that didn't grow up with video games, they look at video games as a waste of time. Hell, my father's kind of look at the video games as a waste of time. In a point, and I will always say this: if men didn't have video games, we would find something else to waste our time with. Before video games, a lot of men went to bars. And they went to bars, talk to other people, and then they get home whenever the fuck they can get home. They probably get home before dinner and all that other stuff. Before video games, even to this day, people have man caves. They have places to get away from their women sometimes. And I think that's what video games are. Like, yes, we love women, and I say that we say this all the time. We love women, but sometimes we need a break from y'all. Like video games, sometimes it's our time. Whether it's now, do people get addicted to video games? Of course, video games are very addicting. Video games are very addicting, and then when it comes to a problem where you're not showering or you're instead of doing work, I've always like me as a video gamer. I've always said if it gets to a point where it's just affecting my work, then I have to put the game down. But there's been times where like I haven't had a game to me and I still don't do nothing. So procrastination, that's what I said. Procrastination is my like anchor. Like sometimes I'll feel like I'll get to it later. Like I've always had that I'll get to it later attitude. Hell, I even done that with video games. Like, I really feel like playing. Nah, I'll get to it later. Like it's gonna be there. That stuff. Procrastination is definitely my fucking anchor. Uh, it's like I would have had like I feel like I always feel like I get a lot of things if I just did not procrastinate so much. So that's the one thing. Does video games sometimes encourage it? Sometimes, but unless you, but but what I like the thing is like when I think like every time I hear a woman complain about video games, it's just like, why are you complaining about video games? Because most of the people that play video games, they'll even cheat on you. And first things, I don't know if any other man do this because as a gamer, I'm not going to tell my girlfriend how I beat this one level of Call of Duty or if I'm playing 2K, oh, I used to dog this nigga in 2K. Because even I know even if you are interested in video games as a woman, and I've said this all the time, even if you are interested, unless we are having a conversation about video games, I will not bring up video games to you. I don't know if men really do this, but I've never seen it. I don't think I've seen when a dude talk about it, it's like, oh, this one level of Call of Duty and all that stuff where I was just gunning niggas down and all that other stuff. I've never heard a man say that. So it's just like either you bring up a strong man's argument, or it's just like sometimes you feel left out. And I'm not gonna lie, like now I know there are girl gamers. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the women that are not interested in video games, obviously. So like I think the girl gamers will understand sometimes. But to the women that don't understand, look, and I understand. To me, it's just like why they don't understand, because it reminds me of this YouTube video I remember seeing where this guy was talking about how men and females' brains work, and we have this, men are like boxes and women are like wires. Men are like and he goes to men are like boxes. We open this box, we look into this box only. Once we're done with the box, we close it up. The boxes don't touch. And he also goes to the state where it's like women, their wires is connected to everything. This goes to here, this goes to there, and this goes to. It's very, very comedic. And he's talking about this nothing box, where it's like we'll just sit there and nothing's in it. We'll sit there and we'll just think about nothing. So, and it drives women crazy because nothing drives a woman. And he says nothing drives a woman more crazy than seeing a man doing nothing. Like, this is why I like, and then he goes, babe, what are you doing? And he goes, nothing. Oh, what are you thinking about? Nothing. He's like, you don't tell me anything. I've been through this. I've really been through this. Like, where I was like, well, my ex was just like, it seems like you never open up to me. And I really was like, nothing was on my mind. It's like, literally nothing was on my mind. I kind of like, so like, even I showed, but I love her to death, but she was just stubborn as a mule sometimes. Like, she would always try to be right. And like, she was like, women have nothing boxes too. I said, no, you don't. No, you don't. Like, there was times where like she'll see me, and I know a lot of women have been through this. Like, I'm playing a video game and I'm having fun, and I can like, I'm very observative. About to fuck up the word. I'm very observative because I can see out of the corner of her eye, she's looking at me having fun. It's like, how can he have fun on this? And then like we got into arguments about this. Like, I don't know how you can play this. It's just like, and as a man, you try to involve her in many games that she can be in. Like, I don't. There's times where I don't leave her out, and there's times where like I buy games for her to have fun, and we still have arguments. Like, I used to play this Mario game, and so it's like, and to me, Mario's like the simplest game. And to hear people complain about a Mario game, like, oh, this is too hard, it fucking hurts me to my soul. Because to me, platforming games are the simplest games to play, and nothing is more simple than fucking Mario. But I understand she's not a big gamer and all that other stuff. But I do like, I did try to put her into things. So that was one thing. Like, thank God for Telltale's The Walking Dead. And then I will, and this is the advice I would give to men: if you're trying to get your girl into video games, get her games that she can play, or try one of those story-driven games like Telltale's The Walking Dead. That usually fucking works. It worked on my little sister. My little sister, like, she don't play games as much, but every time a new episode of Telltale's The Walking Dead came out, she was right next to me because she wanted to know that story of Clementine like I did. I couldn't even start the game. She's like, if you start, like, I couldn't even start the game. Like, I would download it. It was funny because I would download the episode and be like, yo, I'm about to start without you. She'd be like, no, don't do that. And like, I'm about to get off right now. And like, I had to wait for her to get home. And then it was like, all right, we watched the episode together. And honestly, that is like some of the best times me and my sister had together, because we like got so into with Clementine and that whole fucking story. That's got to be the best. Like, she wants more of that. I think it's I'm about to stray off again, but I'll end it here. She wants more to Telltale's The Walking Dead. I think it's perfect the way it is. I think they should not go no further. It's the perfect way to fucking end it. And even though like they did leave off with a cliffhanger, you kind of like want to know what's out there. But God, the way they ended it is so fucking beautiful. But I feel like I do feel like if you want to put I've always like men, if you really want your girl to like understand, try to put her in work, but don't put her in games like fucking Call of Duty or like have starter games. I do Mario is a starter game. Give up on it or something like she can enjoy, like Dance Revolution or Michael Jackson Experience or Just Dance. Some of those annoying ass games that I fucking hate, but women love. Those are the games I feel like you can. Like, don't fucking start him in Call of Duty. Like she'll look at you crazy. But Dance is just like something that you can have fun. Is like those games, yeah. Hell, I look. I would even suggest Blade and Soul, MMORPG. I think those are simple enough, even though like they look complicated. But I think Blade is no Desert. What is it? BDO. Deserts. Blade Desert. The game, like one of those MMORPGs where like the creator person, Black Desert Online. Try that. And like you don't even have to like play the game. Go to the creator, like creating your own character. Like that thing is so intriguing. I feel like she would love that. It's like especially like bring them in. Like I would say try this out. Baby, I'm about to play this game, Black Desert Online. Now they have this creative I want to create you. Did this look like you? And then like it's just like, oh yeah, my face. Does my face really look like that? No, no, you got. I don't have that big of a chin. Do I? Like get her to where she wanted. Like I do feel uh, like I'm not gonna lie. Like with Black Desert Online, and I did play some of it, but mostly with Black Desert, I when I tell you, I did not leave that creative player thing. I stayed on that, especially like I literally stayed on just on create a player thing. I feel like that does work. So, try that. Or, try Telltale's The Walking Dead. Especially if she's a fan of The Walking Dead. I say, yo, you will love this. It's like, if you like The Walking Dead, you will love this right here. And, like, and let me tell you something, a lot of women love Telltale's The Walking Dead. Like, really, really loves The Walking Dead. So, like, you look on YouTube, a lot of it, especially the women YouTubers, men love it too, but like you get into such a thing with Clementine. Hell, even with The Last of Us, I think The Last of Us can work. Or just get her in a multiplayer game where I feel like it like sometimes it don't work, but it's just like sometimes it do work. Like, baby, come and play this game with us and all that other stuff. I would not suggest like I would suggest fighting games, but me, I'm too competitive, and like every female that uh, I'm not going to lie to you, and this is just me. Every female that I played in fighting games, I done beat the hell out of. Like I done like literally don't give them a chance to breathe, and I've noticed that, but I do it on purpose. Like I beat them to a point where I don't want to play no more. I've done that to like a bunch of dudes too, especially they're not into fighting games and they play me and I start doing combos and shit that's like take half of their fucking health and they go, I don't want to play no more. I'm not gonna lie, like my little sister took me to this joint up in Baltimore and my little sister, she's a gamer too, but they had these retro game nights and this girl tried to beat me in Street Fighter. When I tell you, I beat the brakes off that woman, but she wanted to get her get back, and every time she tried to get her get back, I like outclassed her. It's just like you're not gonna you're not beating me, ma. You're just not beating. and like she tried it with Tekken 2, like Tekken, like they had Tekken 3 because they had a whole as PS3, and they brought Tekken 3 out. When I tell you, first of all, I did whole fucking place out. I bopped everybody, bocklet bit bookies, as my friends would say. Like everybody caught them bocklet bit bookies. So like my sister said, you can't bring him, and then just beating everybody here and shit. But I think that was the gamer me. That's it. Well, that's just a competitor. And I was just like, I'm just very competitive. But when I'm not being competitive, like another time, and this is when I was in the Navy, I used to have this game DJ Hero, and there was a girl, one of my coworkers, we would play. So I knew the game inside and out, like the whole reverse thing and all that other stuff. I knew shit that reversing it, but I told myself I had to even though I was like still winning, I handicapped myself with the two player versus thing. Because anybody done play DJ Hero, when you reverse it, the other screen stops if you had the reverse. So I told her I won't use the reverse. We'll just do the, but you could use it if you want to. It won't bother me at all. So sometimes she'll get the meter, reverse it. Oh, that's dope. And I hit her with that's dope. That's cool and all that stuff. It's like, cause like it had, she was a white woman, but it had songs that she liked and songs that she was getting into. So it's just like I want you to enjoy it. But not only that, I want you to play, I want you to join the music. DJ Hero and I think Guitar Hero works, especially if they learn how to do the buttons and all that other stuff. And like I feel like you can get your girls into playing video games and all that other stuff. You just gotta find a way to immerse them in, like try to bring them into it. I know men have done that, but I feel like there's just women that just out of the point is try to not see it as a waste of time. Now, another way I know women, they see it as a waste of time because it really don't give them money. Like the guy said, it's literally you just sitting there doing nothing. And to me, video games can be our nothing box. Like I explained earlier, video games can be our nothing box. And sometimes it's our home away from home. That's where we get away and all that other stuff. Like that's sometimes uh they look at it, it's like it doesn't make you money, so why do you do it? Because sometimes women are about like survival or something like that, or when they feel ignored, and all that stuff. So another thing is like if they're thinking about the money, this is why a lot of people are streaming now. Like this brings in revenue. If it brings in revenue, they're not. They really can't. Excuse me. If it brings in revenue, they cannot save a thing. Like I know a lot of like people think like video games are like there's nothing in it. But when you look at all these esports and niggas doing Call of Duty and all that other stuff, people are full time gamers and all that other shit. Like you can tell, like when it starts making revenue, and not just like small money here, where you can like pay a bill or pay a rent just off of fucking streaming games alone. That's where they can't tell you shit. That's your job. Like it's a job now. So they really can't tell you shit on that. So that's another way to like shut them up about it. But in conclusion, because this is not a rant, but it's mostly a talk. Um, some women will get it, some women will not. Some women will understand that is our nothing box. Some women will understand it's not because, like I said, and like I said before, if we're not playing video games, we're doing something else to get away from you. And it's not like we hate our women, but I do feel like men, like, because we do love them. When it's time to be under our women, we are under our women. But there are times where we just want our time, and we got to do stuff to have our fun and all that other stuff. Like, the old saying is just like men just can't have fun, can't they? Like women can, like, especially like when like you have your makeup tutorial, you make, we leave you the fuck alone. You go play video. You need to You know, just be, just I don't know, just something. I don't know how to end this, so I would just say, let me know what y'all think. Tonight, my name is Oskina Fly, and I'm out. Peace.